I've been covering videos, for a little while of, women filing for divorce on their husbands and end up regretting it in the end. Because really, they should have just went through that rough patch, maybe got some counseling. Hey, work it out. Because, in the vows, it says for better, and you're going to have some better times, and they say for worse. You're going to have some worse times too. But the worst time's not going to last forever. You just got to go through that rough patch. But I want you to hear what this woman says about when the judge finally granted her divorce.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone.
Ma'am, you filed for divorce. Did you think that, what you thought was going to happen? You wanted to be alone. You wanted to end your marriage, ma'am. The judge gave you what you wanted. And now you're not happy about what you wanted? I mean, I don't understand that. You should be happy, right? You should be ecstatic that now you got what you wanted. See, let's continue.
I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce.
Yeah, he don't want to talk to you. Ma'am, you went to court. You told the judge, I don't want this man to be my husband no more. I want you to legally break our marriage, at least in the area of law. I want you to break our marriage because I don't want to be with that man anymore. Why would that man be like, you know what? Yeah, it's a great thing. And usually marriages, a lot of times they don't end clean. We don't know if you took this man's retirement. We don't know what you took from this man, right? You filed. You did it. So why should he talk to you? I'm just trying to figure that out. Why are you crying about it? Once again, that's what you wanted, ma'am. You wanted to end your marriage. You got what you wanted. And yet you want the man to talk to you. My Lord.
So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person.
Okay. All right. See, let's get into that. Actions speak louder than words. You don't love that man. If you love that man, you wouldn't have filed for divorce. It's just that simple. Oh, I love you, but this. I love you, but then no. Love is very simple. If you love me, then you're going to stay my wife. You filing for divorce means you don't love me no more. I don't care what you say, you don't. Because your actions say you don't want to be what the husband has to say. You don't want to be my wife. So that's what tells me you don't love me no more. What are you talking about? That's how men take it. Men don't do well with, yeah, I love you, but this. Men don't do well with that. Men are very simple in how we think. We think black and white. A lot of women think gray. We don't think that way. So either you love me or you don't. That's all we see out of it. You filed for divorce, clearly you don't love me. Clearly, because you wouldn't have filed. You wouldn't have went to the judge. You wouldn't have went through the whole process. You wouldn't have done anything, right? You'd have fought for the marriage. You would have said, hey, let's do some counseling. Hey, let's build our relationship back up. Hey, we just going through a rough patch. We're gonna stick this through. Forget that, right? When you tell a man I love you, but you're doing something that's counter of love, we don't view that as love, ladies. Sorry, we don't. We don't. Let's continue.
Or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him. And I've never loved anybody like him either. But I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not in love with your husband because you would have said, you know what? What in the world am I even thinking? I'm going to fight for my husband because I love him. And whatever we going through, We're going to go through it together. We're going to get through this thing, and we're going to stay together as a couple. That's what we're going to do. Because if you truly love him, you fight for the people you love. You don't just say, you know what, that's it, and throw your hands up and say, I want out. That man don't want to hear nothing from you ever again. Why? Because of what you did. Now, I understand some things, become mutual, and they say, look, we just not good together no more. And if it's a mutual thing, then that's a mutual thing between those two. Sometimes those things do happen. Well, both sides like, yeah, it's just, we just not good for each other no more. It's he's different. She's different. She wants something different out of life. He wants something different out of life. They just, sometimes people can grow apart. It can happen. That's why you got to try to stay in lockstep with each other so you can grow together, right? But it's no reason crying on the internet. That's what you wanted, ma'am. You wanted that. Now you got it. Let me tell you something. The scriptures teach God hates divorce. That's why divorce is never easy, because you're going contrary against the will of the Lord, and you're breaking marriage covenant. And nowhere in the scriptures said that you can break marriage covenant just because you want to. They gave parameters why you can break the marriage covenant. But even if the parameters are broken, if one side decides to forgive and they can forgive and move on and nothing like that ever happens again, then it's okay. You can still keep the marriage covenant. But the reason why she's not going to ever find a man like her husband is because she left and she broke the marriage covenant, and she got to carry the burden of breaking it. He don't. Listen, he going to find him another woman. He going to find him and be happy, and he probably move on and even get married again. She going to have no love, and men, they may mess with her here and there, right? But she knows she won't find a man like her husband. Why? Because she decided to leave him she didn't say a reason why, right? So that's really what it is. Stay home. Sometimes you just need to chill your nerves. It's nothing in these streets. Nothing. Talk to women that's out there dating. They're not having a good time. They're not. Even if they seem like they are, they lonely by themselves. They'll love to have somebody that love them and do right by them and all that. And you want to walk away from that? And that's the thing. You with a man for X amount of years, whatever. Why would you walk away after all that time? Like all the sacrificing. I mean, one video I covered with this one woman, been with her husband 20 years. They had a nice home, nice everything. They didn't start off that way. I mean, like, you're going to walk out of your home that you was part of sacrificing to get with your husband. And you're going to walk out. This man's at a different level now. And another woman you're going to allow just to basically just come on in and don't have to put in the work. It's hard for me to understand that. It's like you sacrifice all these years and this man is at this one level and you walk away at that level, and then another woman going to quickly walk right into where that level's at, and she didn't have to do none of the work. It's hard for me to get it. It's hard for me to understand it. But hey, ladies in the comments, let me know what you think about this, because I know y'all have a different opinion than me because I'm a man. What do you think about this lady in her situation, and even other situations similar to this, where they end up regretting leaving their husband?